Mark the Guitar Guy here. I'm going to be showing you today how to make chords more interesting. So what I was just doing a little bit there, I'll just give you an example, is I was playing normal basic standard chords, just lifting a finger off and on again, and then it just gives it something a bit more interesting. So for example, I'm going to play the same chord progression pretty much that I just did then. I made it up, so hopefully I'm going to do it right. And I'm just going to play basic chords with the same strumming pattern. Okay. So there's a G, C add 9, D to an E minor, and that's fine. You've got a bar of each. 1, 2, 3, 4. And that sounds fine and that sounds cool. However, just by lifting one finger off and on each chord, at any point pretty much within the strumming pattern is going to make it way more interesting. I'll give you an example. You get the idea? It's very subtle, but it makes a big difference. And the other thing is later on we're going to add in the percussive element with the right hand, so it's going to be more like... This is a bit more funky, but that's the right hand. So we're looking at the left hand today though, guys. So let's go over some chords and then just show you a few examples how we can take one finger off that chord and put it back on again, and it makes it sound super cool. And you can do this for every song where that chord is involved. So for G, the first chord we had there, what we're going to do is take our first finger off so that we've got an open A note, which is the 5th string happening during the chord, and then back again for a G. So we're going from a G to a chord with the open, which will be subtle. You can only just hear that open A. And by itself, it sounds a bit ugly, but within the context of the chord pattern, doesn't actually sound too bad. So that's that one for G. So you can use that one. There's a few other examples of that, but then we can do C add 9, so it's like basically like a C. And if you do C add 9, which is the chord shape I've got here, if you don't know what that is, I'll just quickly give you the tab for that. So nothing on the top string. Third, it's going to be 3, 2, 0, 3, 3. Okay, 3, 2, 0, 3, 3. Nothing on the top string. So with that one, same finger, first finger off and on. Hear the difference between those two notes. It's subtle, it's hidden amongst the chord there, so it's subtle, but it's however making it more interesting. The D chord is really simple. We've got a D chord, which is simply going to be, everyone should know D chord hopefully. You're just going to lift off your second finger to make that bottom string a 0, and then putting it back on again. That's one example, or you could put your little finger down to play what's technically a D sus4, and then back to a D again. So it could be something like... Or you could do, if you've seen my lesson on free falling, it's pretty much what I was doing then. It's pretty simple. So that's just a finger going off and on, and any point within that pattern. So within the song you could be like G to C add 9, here comes a D. You can do it anywhere, you can put that little thing anywhere within that strumming pattern. It's going to sound really cool. Well, the last one, E minor I did. Now E minor you can lift off your second finger, or depending on what note that is, that's basically the 4th string. So I'm going from an E minor, I'm just lifting off to makes it an E minor 7th technically for those people out there that like their theory. There's an E minor to an E minor 7th. It just makes it a slightly more different and putting it back on again for an E minor. Pretty simple little change. So all that was just taking that D string or that fourth string note off and on again. That was all it was. So there's other examples we can do of that, but it's a good place to start. So we're going from in this case, just a G to a D to a G to a C add 9, back to a D to an E minor. Just makes it a wee bit more interesting. Now if you're doing a normal C chord, so you're not doing a C add 9, you're doing like a C chord, and it's a progression that you play often. There's a couple of cool options we can do with that. With a normal C chord, we can lift off our first finger, which gives us a C major 7 sound, back to a C again, which gives you that. And you'll hear that a lot in songs. You'll hear that, all this stuff, and you'll be going, oh, that sounds familiar. And the other one is our second finger note. So we're taking that off from the, what's the 4th string on the 2nd fret. We're taking it off so that it becomes open. put it anywhere. And it doesn't have to be that strumming pattern. It can be any song. And a lot of times, that's all I'm doing to chords to make them a bit more interesting when I'm doing gigs or I'm showing people. By the way, gigs, that's G-I-G-S. My Kiwi accent, it sounds like geeks or geeks. I don't know. It's my accent. I'm from New Zealand, all right? And so some other chord shapes we can do. A, we can just try it, just experiment. Do your own thing. Take off a finger here and there and see what it sounds like. Might sound really awesome, might sound a little bit, it's a bit scary sometimes, but you'll figure out where there's cool notes to take them off. Like A, I like taking off that bottom string and making it an A sus2, so just taking off that second string, or an A minor. Same thing, just taking off one of the fingers, just deciding whatever finger it is you want to take off to make that sound really cool and putting it back on again. So there is a really cool and simple thing you can do already to the chords, all the songs you already know. Why not go and try that idea out and just be sneaky? And just because it says G for a bar doesn't mean you have to play G for a bar. Why not just take a finger off here and there and just give it a bit of colour and a bit of zing and see how that goes for you. Now, if that sounds like some awesome information and you'd like to know more, I suggest you go to jamarama.com and check out all my lessons, and also subscribe to the channel so you can get updates on all the cool stuff happening here. And go and check me out on Facebook. Otherwise, we'll see you very shortly in another lesson, I'm sure. Catch you later.